Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Phillip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Welcome to City Alpha 3, the Nerd Party's dedicated Star Trek podcast, here each and every week, unless we don't want to be. I'm Phillip Gilfus, your host for the week, and I'm joined by my other two illustrious co-hosts, Darren Moser, Daniel Prue. Gentlemen, any Star Trek business in the past week? Because I actually have a few this time, but I'll let you all go first.
Well, I mean, we have the news, which I'm sure we'll get to.
We'll get to that.
But
so other than being on the internet,
I can give another B5 update because that's been progressing.
No, you're canceled.
Oh, Star Trek, he said.
Well, we'll see what Daniel has. So Daniel, how's the rewatch going?
The rewatch is going slowly, but I have continued my expedition into Star Trek Online.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, so playing on the Xbox, and I have a friend that's playing with me. So we are doing we're early on, but we're doing a Romulan playthrough. So you start as a Romulan
so you're
character.
Romulan this time.
Yep. And very interesting. That game is very complicated and difficult on an Xbox controller as opposed to a keyboard. But it's mildly enjoyable, and we're going through, so it's cool to see some of the stuff that's going on in the universe. You know, if you start as a Romulan character, you start.
Aren't you like a refugee
on
a refugee planet?
Yeah. So basically, how it
You
works,
get the warbird.
it's a really kind of interesting idea. You start and you've kind of found you're settled on one of the Romulan worlds, and you're trying to find a new home world. And the Tel Shiar is actually a separate faction from like the regular Romulan people, the general population. So the Tel Shiar is basically trying to take advantage of the situation and kind of basically take control of the Romulan Empire. And there's the Tel Shiar versus the general population, I guess you'd say. So that's kind of an interesting way to go about it, and it kind of makes sense in terms of what we know about the Romulans.
So did you want to share your character handle in case anyone want to friend you on there, or you?
Oh, it's yeah. I mean, well, if you were playing on the Xbox, you'd find me under my last name, which is Prue, Proulx. But
Awesome.
that's it. So that's my Star Trek experience.
How do you press shift on your Xbox controller, though, Daniel?
You actually, to run, you press in the left stick. That's how you run. So there you go.
It's all left stick with you. Yeah. See, with online, I like it, but I don't. There are times I always come back to it. Of course, then it takes an hour for the patch to update because it's been so long since I've played it. But then I enjoy it, but then at the same time, it's just like I feel like I'm just pressing buttons. It's like ship battle, ship boom, boom, boom. And like there's not a lot of. But anyway, I know there's a lot of detail and paid attention to it, but just not a lot of stuff to do other than pushing buttons. But okay, so for my Star Trek stuff today, and it's not a lot, but a little bit. So I decided to do a Voyager rewatch. So with my wife. I guess let's see. So that way I can only watch it when she's around. But we started with Caretaker.
Good place
which
to start.
I actually got some new themes watching it this time. There's a lot of, I feel like, and it's one of those, I'm not going to say anything that happens afterwards. So just Caretaker, right? So because I know what you're going to say when I talk about Neelix. But Neelix, I feel like, is a good disruptive figure because, you're like, okay, this is our third Star Trek series. Okay, let's do it. But I feel like he's sort of a disruptive, like, everything you feel like you know about Star Trek, he's like, oh, this is weird, or playing with the camera on the view screen, or not knowing what replicators or transporters are, and then kind of going through Star Trek or Starfleet protocols. I thought that was kind of cool, and I think Kes shows her stripes early on that she's more than just this wallflower because she has gone against her society, she's risked all to go through the caves, and so I feel like she's actually like stands up. There's a scene where at the end where she's like standing up, like I don't care what the caretaker was. We need to stand up by ourselves or something. So, and then the whole story about telling the caretaker that the comps should take care of themselves. A lot of individual overthrow. Pull yourself up. Individual rugged individualism. So
now I'm just picturing Kes in that little like beret with like her fists up. and she's all
Yes, that's
fighting
right.
the Ocampa
Make the
power.
Sampa great again.
Wow,
Well,
jeez.
Not
What's the
quite where I was
episode
taking
where-
it, but okay.
What is the episode later on where Seven has all those conspiracy theories? And
the Voyager,
The Voyager
I think it's the Voyager
conspiracies,
conspiracy.
yeah.
It's the Voyager conspiracy. So, did you see any of that?
Yeah,
Why
I feel like they raised good points in the episode that never got answered. But
why did you do it this way? How did you blow this thing up? Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
Then
I
you just
thought it was
happened to do this, and yeah.
Right. And then also, I guess this kind of counts. I just bought a bookshelf or display shelf, whatever you want to call it, at Walmart today.
For your bricks
And
with words.
built it. No. This is actually, that's why it's not. I said display case, because I've sort of made the intent that I have a lot of Star Trek stuff in my shed, and I'm like, look, it's not doing me any good there. Why have it there if I'm never going to display it? So basically, I'm taking all the boxes, and anything that doesn't fit in there, it's going to be a Star Trek yard sale, because use it or lose
Well,
it is
I mean,
my
first
thing. So.
dibs to your two co-hosts, right? Because
Well, so
I mean, I
far,
did just have a
I
birthday, Phillip.
I have a regular Enterprise D that I'll probably get rid of.
Ooh, Playmates.
Ooh.
I recognize that.
And then I have the battle damaged Enterprise D. that
I battle
can probably
damaged
get
my
rid of as
own,
well.
so I technically didn't need the two versions.
So, and I actually have all these Star Trek board games. So I don't know. Don't worry. I'll be. You would get first dibs, but watch my Twitter. Because I'll be like, who just wants it? We can haggle about shipping. Cause, I'd rather
So,
enjoy it than
The
it just
Phillip
sit
that
there.
is moving now.
So, Philip, I can't help but notice that the most prominently thing displayed there behind you is the original Enterprise.
Yeah, it's a little bit beat up. I mean, I have because you just can't see it. I have a really good D. This is like the Diamond Select or whatever it was, and I actually had to buy a custom. Well, I didn't have to, but I bought a custom stand for it. So, but yeah. But that Enterprise, that original Enterprise, that's a beat up. Like, if you could see it up close, you're like, that's so sad. But it still makes noises and everything, so But yeah, so what I'm missing, because I really wanted to display ships. Everyone has, or at least I do, have the whole fantasy of like the Enterprise D, or E with all the ships there lined up. And so I did have an A, but it broke or something. So I know they cost like for a million platinum shards on eBay, but I need it on A. I think I have a B in another box in the bin. And then I just heard from Comic-Con that C is coming out, and I forget Diamond Select or whatever that company is. I know they changed names. I can't remember which one's the current name, but so it's probably going to cost. But as long as it's not like crazy, I will definitely be on the market for the Enterprise C.
Can you imagine if you could buy that display?
Yeah,
From
like
the
the,
E?
the gold ships or
The
little
gold
ships.
ships? I would pay a lot of money, I think.
I mean, it
if
would be
you
a
could
lot of money.
It would be a lot of money, but
Installment plans, guys.
Now I want to like 3D print all the gold ships so I could put them on my wall.
Yeah. There, and then break them, and then build them again.
Wait,
And
are
hey,
we
you know
talking
what?
about the first
Just-
contact gold ships or the
Yeah. First
or
contact.
the Enterprise
Yes,
D
first
gold
con-
ships?
No, the first
Because
contact.
those ones were kind
And
of like,
let's-
I think they were made of wood or something. They weren't.
Well, there were also halfies,
Yeah.
right?
And they were halfsies, yeah. And let's just for fun, we will, we'll fix some canon. So we'll throw the Enterprise NX, the NX Enterprise in there as well.
Yeah.
We should. I think that'd be fair. Yeah, there you go. So perfect.
Kind of like the Admiral's desk in Into Darkness. Good little.
Well, I
shows
think
all the little.
so. Remember that what was it? It was like a VR Enterprise D that we stumbled across way back when. I remember
that project.
Yeah, and then they had our Portside Panthers logo on the shuttle bay floor.
Yeah.
I saw an update that they did, and one of the things I liked is when you go to their conference room, I think it's the original conference room where it's just like the kind of ribbed paneling on the middle, and they moved the ships to the two entry hallways.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I did see
So
that. I thought that was weird. But
Oh,
But I could
interesting.
just think that you would have the main Enterprises on one side, and then maybe the NX-01 was just on the other side, and we just didn't see it. So
because I remember, was it the first and second? I forget how long they had the old ones where it had the aircraft carrier
Right.
as the first one. Yeah.
But they never had the
But
shuttle.
No.
But speaking of Enterprises, we actually got to see the original Enterprise in all her glory this week. Right?
Okay, so the news was from a lot of news from San Diego Comic-Con this week as we record. One of those, of course, being the Season 2 trailer for Star Trek Discovery. So,
I'm glad that letter writing campaign paid off, and it's still around.
So first of all, now, we're just going to talk about the content of the trailer first, and then we can move on to news that came out at the Star Trek Discovery panel. So just based on the trailer alone, Daniel, I know you have a lot of feels, so we're going to go with Darren first. Darren, just on the trailer alone, what are you looking forward to? What are you arching an eyebrow about? What are your thoughts and feelings about Star Trek Discovery Season Dose?
Overall, I liked it. I wasn't as huge of a fan of the modern music. It really didn't. I mean, maybe a different song, but that one didn't really hit it for me. I was also kind of sad that Saru is not in the captain center chair now. I mean, Pike and all, but I do like the uniforms. I think that it's the same cut as the Discovery uniforms, where it has kind of that inner, but it's just all the same color, so it fits. I also really like how they did the spacesuits, because if you look at them, you can see homages and hints to the really outrageous, like, silver covered in colored noodle original series spacesuit, but this is kind of like the hip remade but actually looks functional version of that, but it still fit. I mean, again, I'm not expecting things to look like it did in the 60s. I think we're past that point. Star Trek Continues does that great in that corner, but I think with Discovery, if all of a sudden they walked onto the Enterprise and it looked like oh look, it's a hallway with a red light on one wall, like
the same way that when Picard walked onto the Enterprise bridge in the holodeck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it just wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it would work. So, but like you said.
Well, I did see a whole episode of Deep Space Nine where they were on the original.
Well, yeah, but that was also the '90s. I mean, we're
we've grown so much.
But I will say that it looked really interesting. I mean, at the very end, was I the only one who felt that alien crew member looked a lot like Doug Jones' character from The Shape of Water? Which was made it really kind of weird. That
Linus, you're talking about Linus the Saurian, as in the famous Saurian brandy, right?
So, and then you had Doug Jones as Saru right behind him. So it was a little weird. But no, I think it's going to be fun. We're going to be working with the Enterprise. We're going to be solving the 7 red dot problem, but hey, I mean, having a through, but that sounds more like that's the overarching thread, kind of like in the first season we had the Klingon War and the Spore Drive, but we're still gonna have our individual episodes and things like that. Do we even know how many episodes we're getting in season 2?
No.
I'm assuming at least 13 to 15.
Probably I would imagine similar to the first.
And I think, they were in the middle of filming when the showrunners, they said they were filming episode blank, and that was the middle when they got fired.
So the mid-season finale will be like one thing, and then when they come back, it'll be like
different.
I mean, technically, that's what happened in season 1. I mean,
animated basically. All right, so Daniel, just on the trailer alone, the video, audio, and images we saw, what did you think?
I liked a lot. I liked some of the trailer. I really liked Anson, whatever his name is. I can't remember.
Pike. Yeah.
Captain Pike. Really good stuff. Here's the thing. I liked Captain Pike in the original series. He's cool, but obviously the one basically the one episode until he gets wheelchair bound. I loved Captain Pike in the JJ universe. Bruce Greenwood was fantastic. Really It was a highlight of that series. And this guy really feels like Captain Pike. So that's cool. And I it feels like it settles some things. Like having him show up in his uniform off the Enterprise, and it feels like it's like, okay, guys, this is just going to be a new version of this, and you have to accept it.
And they told us that from the beginning, and everyone flipped their lid. But it's like, it looks like the Enterprise, and he looks like he's wearing a TOS-style uniform.
Yeah.
shock.
Although we clearly jump over the
Cage.
uniform.
And where no man has gone before.
And where no man has gone before. Which, whatever, fine. It's like, here's the thing. If you're going to have a 50-year franchise and you're going to insist on revisiting things from the past, things are just going to change. That didn't upset me so much. Although it does seem, which I would have expected at the end of Discovery Season 1, that we were just going to see the Enterprise for an episode. It very much seems like the Enterprise is going to be a fixture on the show for the season, or at least for a good chunk of it, based on the trailer. There's some mystery involving 7 stars fading into existence.
Deadly
Whatever.
sins.
7
the
bits.
box at the end.
7 MacGuffins in the universe happening. Okay, whatever.
Oh man,
I don't know
what
it means.
At the end, I'm gonna
and then there's a final 2-parter with the Battle of Starfleet Academy.
Oh, there you go. So I don't know. The other frustration has to do with Spock, which we'll talk about later.
So like Darren, as you said, the music, and I know this is just focusing on small things.
Music.
I went through what you said, but then this was me. So I was like, oh, my modern music. I'm like, no, that's not true. I think modern music would have worked fine. Better song.
Yeah,
I would have been fine with anything. But Lenny, because it just so, and again, maybe because I'm just not the demographic.
Maybe
I'm not the demographic they're going for. Maybe they're just going for 20s, early 30s. That it's like rock and roll, Star Trek, and I'm like, yeah, okay. This isn't a Michael Bay production. Let's reel it down, guys. But anyway, and then just that last scene was very Orville, which is not, I guess, an insult because I like Orville.
It felt like I was watching the Orville. I mean, not in a bad way, but just.
Wait, which one was the last scene? I only said it once.
The turbolift elevator scene.
Oh, the sneeze was silly.
Yeah.
But there was a really great scene. Oh my goodness, the fantastic scene when I can't remember specifically the context of it, but somebody said something, "Hey Michael, how are you doing?" And then they show the characters on the bridge, and it's Michael, Robo Lady, and a Pilot Lady, and they're all like.
I think what I heard is they're like in free fall, and he's like, "It's okay, they're gonna catch me," and they like look at each other like, "Yes, we are." It's really fast right now to make that happen.
See, and then there was the whole math is fun, and I'm like, my eyes roll so hard on that. I get it. Everyone knows I'm not a Discovery fan, so don't listen to me. But I'm just like, oh, come on, are we still doing this? But anyway, that's fine. I would say both y'all said the Enterprise. I don't think it's going to be Enterprise. I think it's going to be first or second episode.
Yeah,
Pike's like number 1. You got it. Bye. And then Enterprise leaves. We just got Pike for 6.
He does seem to be very, very featured in this. Yeah.
Well, he's the new captain.
What if
literally the new captain?
Yeah,
he's gonna. He says he's like
he's the Jellicoe.
The first episode, I can guarantee it.
So what if Discovery is doing a Harry Potter-esque Defense Against the Dark Arts thing? Every season we get a new captain.
I like it.
So
that would be kind of cool. I'd actually kind of like that.
Pike as one of the actors who played a Defense Against the Dark teacher.
Oh my god!
That would be we're going to see the Enterprise.
To be fair,
like
first season,
they're in But like Discovery's gonna go off to this star, and they're gonna go off to it's kind of like they're tag teaming the mission. I don't feel like they're gonna be cruising next to each other like the USS Hood all the time. But
but it's weird that Pike leaves his own ship. Well, that's what's weird about it.
Daniel, he's the only captain in the quadrant.
Apparently, yeah. I guess he could step down onto that rust bucket if he really twisted his arm. He's got the freaking Enterprise Constitution class. But no, he's going to go on the, was it Walker class?
It is a Crossfield
class.
Ship.
Crossfield, yes. Crossover class, that's what it means, yeah.
So I'm looking forward, maybe a strong word. But it seems like, there's a story. It's not Klingons, it's not Merry Universe. Captain Pike and the Merry Discovery crew. We're going to get apparently 4 mini-sodes in December.
Which is cool. I actually really liked that news.
You did not hear that, Darren? Yes.
News, yeah.
Yes. Well, they call them like short films, and like my wife and I know minisodes. You just say minisode. Everyone knows what you're talking about. So there's going to be 4 minisodes for each. For 4 characters. So like there's going to be a Saru one,
Pike,
a Mud one. Sorry,
Yep.
But yes. Yep. Tilly, I believe.
Tilly, I think, was one of them.
And I can't remember the 4th one.
Of these 4,
I don't think they told
I'm not
us the
expecting
4th.
any of these 4. So Pike?
Yeah.
Not for Pike?
No. It's going to be a Discovery.
I don't think they told us the fourth one, so it
Yeah.
could be Pike.
It's Spock.
But anyway, so yeah.
In
So we're going to get... Okay, so... All right, Dan, you've pursed the balloon. So, just want to say, called it. I called it. Look it up. I called it. Daniel, you have the floor. There is no Spock. He is conveniently on a leave of absence. First episode, season 2.
He's on a leave
Discovery.
of absence, but he's actually... But Berman feels that he's connected with the red sun dots.
Not in the episode, Darren.
Okay. Discovery, you wanted to bring the Enterprise into this. You don't get to cheat out of it. It is so frustrating. This is so terribly I knew this. Philip called it. I knew this was going to happen, where they were going to cheap out and say, "Oh, he's on vacation. Oh, that's nice, right?" And you know what? I bet you. And here, I'm going to call it right now.
Use him for one. Use him for one episode, and then he goes off with number one on the Enterprise.
No, he's not even. They admitted he is not on board the ship when the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's fine. If they said, "Here's
show him
Spock,"
for a scene
and
or
now
two,
he's
and then the Enterprise goes off and does whatever.
and now he's going away. Totally fine. I'm totally okay with that, because you're committed now to your premise. This is not what they're doing. You encounter the Enterprise. Spock is going to be the tease for the third season. I guarantee it. We're not going to see him the whole season until...
Even better,
until
we're gonna go onto the bridge in the last scene of the last episode, and it's gonna be at Spock, and he's gonna turn to speak, and then cut to black, and we're gonna.
It's not.
You'll just see the ears from the back, right, and the hair. You know what? They won't even reveal who the actor is. You'll just see the wig and the pointy ears, and then he'll turn around, and you'll get the reaction shot from Burnham, and she'll be like, "Hi, Spock."
No, you're still giving them too much credit. Do you remember how the ending of season 1 ended? Where it's like, "Oh, we're getting something over the radio. It's the Enterprise." That's what's going to happen. "Oh, we're getting something over the radio. It's Commander Spock." And then it's going to end. We're not even going to see Spock at all.
I was going more for the Star Wars Episode 7. You see Luke Skywalker, but it's literally in the last shot of the whole movie.
Oh, just Michael and Spock looking at each other for like 3 minutes and not saying anything, and then credits. She's handing him the tricorder.
He just tosses it
so
over
frustrating.
his shoulder.
You decided, Discovery. You decided
to be
make...
fair, the person who decided is about 3 showrunners ago.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care. You're on this show, and you decided to make the lost stepsister of Spock the main character. Commit to your premise. Just commit to it. You don't get to just cut out.
Year, so
And he's still there.
I'm cool with Sarek. They did good with Sarek.
Not in the trailer, if I recall.
He's not in the trailer. No,
Which is
not
odd,
in the trailer.
because he's there.
Sorry, I'll stop ranting now.
Well, I was going to say, so I guess
You're
he can
not
go
wrong.
in the Enterprise and get rid of, and so he technically hasn't talked to Spock. From what I've heard of the headlines, who's speaking for the show now? Whoever it was, I can't remember who. I guess Kurtzman was saying...
Kurtzman, yeah.
Spock, I forget the phrasing. I won't dwell on the phrasing. He said, yes, there will be Spock. But people are saying, like, okay, we know there's going to be a young Spock, and we think that's what he's talking about.
Yes.
It's going to be flashback Spock.
Yep.
So...
What?
And
So
there
was some good...
working with his Ichala. Like, is that what we're gonna see?
Remember,
what is he
Frakes,
going to be doing?
Spill the Bucket Frakes has already said that once again he's directing the young Spock episode.
Oh man,
But there is
come on. You're killing us here.
Yeah.
There is good character news, which we learned about.
Go ahead.
With the casting of number 1 by Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah. No, I mean, I suspect we probably won't see much of her, but I mean, nevertheless, yeah.
No. But
Because
she'll
it'll be like,
there.
you got the bridge number 1. Bye.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming she's obviously going to be the one in charge. Now, I'll say again, in the first of the novels, and I don't know how much they're going to tie together, but in the novels, there's a great part that has Saru teaming up with number 1, and they actually, because number 1 is not human, she's
human.
Or sorry, no, she's human, but she wasn't raised on Earth. She was raised on another planet. So, kind of like,
is she given a name in the novels?
Yes, I can't remember what it is.
I hope they give her a name.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, she has a name. But anyway, it was a really interesting dynamic between her and Saru, and I hope we see at least some of that in the show. That's all I'm saying.
What if they fall in love?
He's actually pretty smitten with her. He's like he says, like, if you were a Kelpian, like, oh man.
But he's afraid to make the first move. All right. And what they say, they said a date. Well, they said a month. Was it January? They
January.
said?
It's
So
January.
Look, I've all heard Star Trek coming out on Januaries, but I believe it when I see
You're going to get
it.
4 short films in December. So
December the minisodes. January is the premiere.
Yeah. So your Christmas special will now start with Star Trek. All right, gentlemen. Well, that's a lot. There's already a couple of minutes in here, so bear with us. We haven't even started the topic, but that's because it's an awesome topic. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to do the first ever inaugural CA3 RPG. All right, gentlemen, if you want to introduce who you'll be playing today. So, Darren, who is your character?
I am playing Ensign Hegg, or wait, didn't I get a promotion? I remember a seafaring episode. I think I'm a lieutenant junior grade at this point, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, and what species are you?
I am blue.
As are we all.
So,
As are we all.
I'm pretty sure I am a Bolian. And I'm in the, I guess it's not really security. I'm a gold shirt, but I specialize in shuttle bays and all things shuttle related. And I have a great manager. He's
right.
Now,
So,
I hear all ships are just
they
big
really
shuttles,
are.
so you
I mean,
could
I
really
can tell you. I'm working on my dissertation about that. So, because everybody's working on dissertations in Star Trek.
He puts a space. It's shuttlecraft. That's his craft. All right, Daniel, who will you be playing today?
Well, I assume I'll be the same rank wherever we start. Me and Darren will be right around the same rank because we're roommates. And I am Lieutenant Thovin, an Andorian who has shunned his warrior ways to become a scientist.
Oh, the blue.
And I think specifically transporter technology. I think that's where I was.
That last episode where we went through that amnesia cloud, it's slowly clearing. That's why we can't. Quite
It is.
remember
Yeah. It's been a
details
little
about
bit.
our lives.
You're also a Thovin's a bit of an astrometric stellar cartographer.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, let me catch you all up on what's been happening since your last adventure. So, you were assigned to the Enterprise and stayed with it to its next incarnation. But following the Enterprise's incident with the Borg, it was in space dock, and so you all were put on special assignment for about a year. So you've been doing that various assignments for the past year, and you're due to rejoin the Enterprise E in about 3 months. So some of your past assignments include reestablishing the Mars defense perimeter. You did a patrol in the Calandra sector with the USS Honshu, and you did a rotation on Starbase 47 for some tactical training and briefing, since we, of course, are at war with the Dominion. Now, Hegg, good news for you. You made full lieutenant 3 months ago. Thovin, due to your fight on Mars with the engineers over the progress of the defense perimeter, your promotion has been delayed a little bit, based on some marks in your file there. Maybe if you just didn't feel that strongly about putting more resources into the Mars defense perimeter.
Curses!
Okay, so for your next special assignment, you've been assigned to the starship Cairo. And so it is now stardate 50992.6, and you are in the briefing room of the USS Cairo, which is an Excelsior-class starship, and under the command of Captain Leslie Wong. And you're awaiting her in the briefing room of the starship Cairo. And she comes in as you're sitting down, and she says, "Hello, lieutenants. I have a mission briefing for you two today. How's your time been on the Cairo?"
It's been great, ma'am.
It's a little more cramped in here than we're used to. It's been good.
And she looks at a pad and clicks and says, "Still waiting on that promotion, Lieutenant Hegg."
Yeah, apparently, some people don't listen to good advice.
I take a half step away from Thovin. I don't want to be that close to him right now.
Well, while you're seated, it's obviously very difficult to do. And she says, "Okay. All right, Lieutenant, we actually have a special assignment for you two, and we usually don't give it to junior officers, but this is special circumstances due to the various incidents going on in the war. So what we're doing is Starfleet Intelligence has put together, along with the Diplomatic Corps, a mission to the Gorn hegemony.
Gesundheit, ma'am.
if-
Oh, sorry.
we're going to see if the Gorn are either going to be allies or enemies in this war, and we need to figure out which way they're going, just figure out if we need to flank this part of our fleet, or if perhaps they can be allies as against the Dominion in their fight to control the Alpha Quadrant. So the Cairo will be setting a course to the Delta Triangle, hoping that that will screen us from any sensors or detection from the Dominion if they're this far out into space. And we have 2 Klingon escort ships that will be with us this mission. And we actually have a Klingon liaison who will be briefing you on the particulars here. So I'll let him take over, and so she taps her combat and says, "Commander, you can come in." And so the doors open up, and in walks a Klingon in Starfleet uniform. And
Who could that be,
is wearing
Daniel?
Lieutenant Commander rank. He says, "Thank you, ma'am," and then looks at you two and says, "For this mission," and then he suddenly stops and looks at you two a little bit more and says, "Do I know you two?"
Yeah, I believe we served on the Enterprise together.
"Ah, yes. Lieutenant Thovin, I believe."
Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
"Unfortunately, not very well, and that is why we are here. For this mission, you two will be taking a runabout to Cestus III. It is a Federation colony, for there we are to meet a contact from the Gorn. They will let us know what will be the exact rendezvous point in their space for us to meet. The reason we have selected you two is because the Gorn are not known for their friendliness towards humans. And so it is felt that because Andorians have had past relations with the Gorn, that you would be a good ambassador. Lieutenant Hegg, you were chosen to be the mission commander as well as the pilot for the runabout because of your specialty with shuttles. I remember your service on board the Enterprise."
It was the biggest shuttle I ever served on, sir.
Captain Wong says, "Yes, Commander, and this is very important because we have the 7th Fleet preparing for a big offensive in the Tyra system, and so if we can get the Gorn on our side, it's going to mean a lot. And if they're not on our side, well..." And she sort of trails off.
So Phillip, this is pre-Worf going on Deep Space Nine because he's still in gold.
Well, if you want to ask Commander Worf why he's there, you're more than welcome.
Commander, I see you have shifted to the command track. What prompted that, if I may ask?
Yes, Lieutenant. I have been assigned as the Strategic Operation Officer on Deep Space Nine. Unfortunately, once Deep Space Nine was taken by the Dominion, I was assigned to the IKS Rotaran. Under General Martok, I'm currently serving as First Officer. The Rotaran and the IKS Machar will be the 2 Klingon escort ships during the Kairos mission.
Well, it's good to know
so
you
this
have
is-
our back, Commander.
This is season. I think between season.
Yeah, where they
5
lost
and
they
6.
lost Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, okay. So now we have the
Okay,
time frame.
that's
Okay.
I'm still flashing back to the episode we were on the holodeck, and it's literally the moment that the Borg engagement began.
Yeah,
How screwed we were. Oh, man,
Yeah.
that was bad.
So the Cap takes a step up to the table and leans forward and says, "So what have your past experiences been with the Gorn?"
I hear they do not like bazookas at all. Like,
Gunpowder. No,
they are
they're allergic to gunpowder.
And I
Yeah.
hear they're blue colorblind, so we're going to be great on this mission. I don't know why I'm being so
that's the thing?
sarcastic in this episode. My guy's going to get demoted faster than anything.
That's the thing. I don't think they like pink skins.
Yes, no, it
But-
makes a lot of sense to have 2 non-Terrans on this mission, ma'am.
Us blue and green guys need to stick together.
And she says, "Well, it sounds like you all have a lot of homework to do, so I'll leave you to it." And she sort of
I pull
says,
up Memory Alpha on my pad. Gorn. Gorn.
So she dismisses you two, and are you going to go to your quarters or to the 10 spot, which is the Cairo's bar?
Spot. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go hang out.
Let's go to the bar.
Let's go have a drink so we can chat
At
about
this
it.
rate, I'm gonna get promoted before you, Thovin, and lap you. But
But seriously, Mars needs to get their stuff together.
Okay,
I'm just saying if they want not to get destroyed again.
But until then, I don't. We've had this conversation before.
All right, I'm just telling you.
So one of the wait staff asked what you two will be want to drink.
Well, I'm going to take a Cardassian sunrise because I've had enough Andoran ale in my time.
I'm sorry, we've stopped serving Cardassian beverages during
we're in
the war.
the war. It's literally, the whole bar looks at you. Like that's literally the worst thing to order.
Yeah, that's true. That may have been insensitive.
Like, why don't you just order a bottle of Canar while you're at it? Okay. Jeez. I'll have a root beer, please.
Sorry. I will take a Budweiser Classic then, clearly.
And she sort of nods and says, still waiting on that promotion, and then kind of walks off.
Oh, awkward. Huh?
I'm totally picturing everyone, all the conversation stopped for like a half second. And everyone just looked at you.
I didn't even think about that. Oh, man.
That's so funny. Yeah, so I ordered a root beer. Very Federation...
Federation loyal.
Any blue-blooded loyal Federation member would order this drink.
Oh man.
So it's it's sort of a subdued atmosphere. I'd say maybe 10 or 12 people are hanging around the 10 spot. Drinking and talking. It's kind of it's about 14:10, so it's about early afternoon. So some people are off beta shift, getting ready for gamma shift.
Do they have delta shift? Is this one of those 4-shift ships?
You'd have to ask the captain.
No, that's true. Okay, so I asked the bartender what they know about Gorn. Because, bartenders know lots of things.
Okay.
What kind of bartender do we have here? What is the
Is it a synthetic life form? Because that's awesome when you wake up and that's what the bartender is.
So are you getting up? Because you all are at a table sort of near the window. Are you getting up to the
we
bar?
were at the bar. Yeah, I go up to the bar.
Okay.
I kind of don't want to sit next to Mr.
Cardi loving.
Mr. Cardi lover. I mean, don't let O'Brien hear you say that, man. Oh, it's so bad.
Sure. You walk up to the bar and there's 2 or 3 people sort of sitting there enjoying their Julian sunspots or whatever. And
I ask them if they know what Gorns drink.
Right. And so the bartender turns around and he looks very familiar. It's Ben.
Oh, Ben! He got a promotion. Good on him.
And
right.
Yes, I'm sure he considers going from the Enterprise to the Cairo a promotion.
But he got the whole bar to himself now.
It's
his bar.
So he says, "Oh, Hegg, you're here on the Cairo. What brings you here?"
With Thovin, I kind of gesture over to the corner of shame. And I have a mission. We're going to be heading into Gorn space. Do you know what Gorns like to drink?
Well, first of all, I'm no expert, but you should probably keep the secret mission secret, Lieutenant.
But I didn't know it was a secret mission. But I guess that makes more sense.
But he starts cleaning a glass and says, "Gorn. Well, I know they like anything that's pretty heavy, and we don't really carry a lot of Gorn drinks, mostly because most of the species can't stomach it down. But as long as it's thick and tart, they like it."
Good to know.
I could probably make a really good cranberry milkshake they might enjoy. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. So, how does it feel since the Enterprise? Have you kept up with any of the people on there?
Not too much, but actually, now I don't want to say anything because it's all secret. But I've been running into familiar faces from time to time.
Oh man, yeah, and you heard about Lieutenant Flax.
I didn't hear about Lieutenant Flax.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought I would have known. Yeah, he was with the Starfleet Corps of Engineers Weapons Research Group. Yeah, they got destroyed by the Dominion about 6 months ago. All of them died.
Wow, that's.
I order the customary extra shot for Lieutenant Flax, the one that won't be drunk.
The waiter Thovin brings your root beer and Budweiser Classic to your table, just to know while you're sitting there.
Oh, so I don't have my drink because I'm not at the table.
Right. Ben's like, yeah. I heard a bunch of people from the... Hey, wait! If you don't mind, and you don't tell my boss... I'm kidding, I'm my own boss. I can join you two over at your table.
Oh yeah, come on over. I think everyone's has forgotten Thovin's faux pas from moments ago.
Sure. So he grabs orange juice from the replicator and sits down at the table. Oh, how are you doing, Lieutenant Thovin?
Hello,
Look,
human
it's
Ben.
Ben. Check
How
your
are
shirt
you?
and all.
How what brought you from the Enterprise over here to the Cairo?
Well, after the Enterprise D got destroyed, I had to figure out what else to do. Guinan said I should probably start my own place, and I was never one to really stick around Earth, so I started looking at the other ships, and next thing you know, the USS Cairo. I talked the captain into starting the 10 spot here. They were just going to turn it into some kind of rec room, but I thought I'd continue the proud tradition of a deck 10 bar.
Well, that's awesome. How's it going?
Well, it's war. I was just telling Hegg here about some of the people in the Enterprise. Have you kept up with any of the crew over there?
Oh yeah, we just saw Worf like 10 minutes ago. War. Yes, we are in war.
It looks like Thovin is giving stop talking signals to
yes.
War.
Hegg.
No, I haven't kept up with anybody.
I make a few. Sorry, I should say it out loud for the listeners. I'm making the slashing throat motion of no, don't. Yeah, secret mission.
And Ben says, Thovin, I guess you heard about your former petty officer, Mitchell.
Oh, I hadn't. What happened to him? Her. Sorry, you're right. I did remember that. What happened to her?
Oh, well, she took your advice and went to Starfleet Academy. But the last we heard,
good for her.
She was on some sort of training mission on the Valiant, and no one's ever heard from that ship since.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
everybody's
dark
lost someone.
times, to be sure.
Yeah, so I don't know how long this thing's going to go on. I mean, I think what keeps most people optimistic around here, if they can be, is trying to figure out what they're going to do after the war. So, do y'all have any plans for when this whole thing's over and I guess Starfleet goes back to exploring?
I think I'd like to definitely get on one of those deep space missions. Not quite sure where, but it'd be nice to get back to the
yeah, speaking of science, I have a very high interest in the historical subject of the mycelial network. I'd love to learn what happened to that, and I know there's not a lot well known in this time about that subject, so I'm going to study that.
That's just an old wives' tale, though. But that doesn't even exist. You can't prove the mycelial network exists. I mean, if it did, why wouldn't we use that?
It would be nice to get to the
the
Delta Quadrant the Gamma Quadrant super easy.
Ben says, well, good luck on that, and he raises his glass and says, to absent friends.
To absent friends.
So he says,
absent friend.
Well, good luck on your, touches his nose, secret mission. And he says, I gotta go get ready for the shift change. So he leaves your table, and then you hear chirp from your comm badges. And Lieutenants Thovin and Hegg, please report to main shuttle bay.
All right, let's do this.
All right. I don't know if you said that in your comm badge or not. All right. So you all report to the...
On our way. And
as you're leaving the 10 spot, Ben yells to Thovin, good luck on that promotion. And so...
Oh, boy. I stick my middle antenna up at him as we're leaving the bar. No, I'm kidding.
So you all go to the shuttle bay, and there's a runabout there, of course, that you'll be using. It's the runabout Yellowstone.
Ooh.
So let's hop in here.
Yes, we get in, and I prepare launch procedures.
You all leave the Cairo, and I assume set course for Cestus III. So you're taking the runabout to Cestus III, where you will meet a contact who will let you know what the rendezvous point is for the Gorn conference.
So, any Gorn experience in your time, Hegg?
No, I hadn't gotten that far down the human alphabet to G, but in my studies of adversarial.
I hear that they like to eat
but,
the pink skins.
No. Well, I'm glad I don't have a pink skin then. Beep, 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 beep. So many buttons. I look over to the indicator that's beeping, which is the
sensor, short-range sensors. There's a unusual radiation signature coming from the Delta Triangle.
There's an unusual radiation signature coming from the Delta Triangle, short range.
Well, we should probably try to avoid that section of space then. Let's change course.
Let's go back.
Okay, so you make sure to steer away from any radiation coming from the Delta Triangle.
It's always dark matter. That dang dark matter sneaking up on us.
So you set course to Cestus at warp whatever, and
warp whatever.
Yeah.
Roll a dice.
You do whatever you do when you're waiting to arrive at your destination, and then you arrive at Cestus III.
All right, let's. Does sensors pick up the envoy that we're supposed to meet?
Well, according to the mission briefing giving to you from Commander Worf, you are to meet the contact at a local watering hole on the Cestus colony.
Ah, of course. So we should beam down and maybe have a few drinks. We should be ready, mingle with the locals. So I say we beam down.
Okay, before you do that, I just request for a parking orbit from the planetary control, so they're not like, "What's this runabout doing here? Let's shoot him down."
We could even land it.
Cestus colony to runabout Yellowstone. We received your signal. You are cleared for standard orbit.
My favorite kind of orbit.
All right, let's beam down, and we'll hang out until we meet the contact.
Okay. So you two,
right.
I assume, set autopilot there on the runabout, and you beam down. So, according to I don't know what accoutrements you have with you. Now, did you? I guess I should ask: are you going in your Starfleet uniforms, or did you try to blend in?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
You can do whatever you want. There was no. I mean, I'm not trying to. There was no. To not do that. I'm just checking with you. What equipment?
Yes, we're wearing our uniforms. We have a tricorder and a phaser,
okay.
And I also have my blade in the back of my uniform as well.
Okay, sure.
And I have my comm badge, and I have a secondary transponder that I can activate that's directly connected to the runabout's computer.
Sure.
So if I need to summon it or tell it to beam us out or something.
Okay, works for me. All right. So according to so you have your tricorder out, and Hegg, I'll assume you're in the lead here since you have a full pip there.
Sure.
So, based on your tricorder, the place is called the Fourth Strike, where you're supposed to meet your contact. And as you're following the local map, it appears to be next to a big baseball stadium.
I look at Thovin. I'm like, "Is Fourth Strike? Is that a football reference?"
No, I think that's a tennis thing, but I don't know. I saw a lot of this.
I don't get these Terran games.
Yeah,
they don't make sense.
I saw a lot of it in the academy, but I never paid attention to it.
So as you see the stadium, it says "Home of the Cestus Comets." So, but like I said, the establishment is next to it, so it sort of is next to it, and so you walk into the Fourth Strike. You walk in. It's there's about 5 to 6 various individuals or patrons there. Looks like there's about 2 staff working the establishment, and there's something's on some music is playing from some species you don't exactly recognize, but it seems to be.
I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I must set it straight. This water good.
Oh, they're playing some classical music here. That's great. I just go get us a table, not in the back corner, but just, not in the middle of the place. And I figure our contact will find us. We're wearing Starfleet uniforms.
Sure.
And we're 2 blue guys, so.
And you're just sitting there. Are you going to order anything?
So let's have a drink. Not a Cardassian drink, of course, because that would be ridiculous. But let's have a regular drink that's non-Cardassian or Klingon. Let's have, you know what? I'm going to do it just to be stereotypical. Let's have a round of Andoran Ale, and let's see how it is compared to home.
Sure. So, Thovin, you go up to the front there and I guess order 2 Andoran ales. And the young lady working there gives it to you. You take it back to your table.
Here you go, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
This is the cheap stuff. This is not the classic good stuff, but it'll do while we're waiting here for our contact.
Don't worry. I won't judge your entire species by the contents of this glass.
Excellent.
Saurian brandy, please. You turn around. This looks like someone has just walked in. It looks human, just wearing civilian clothes. The young lady working the bar gives him a Saurian brandy, and he kind of looks around the room and settles on you two, and then walks up and then grabs a chair from another table and sits down and says, "Hi, my name's Terrell. I take it you two are
Blue?
Hello, friend. How are you?"
Oh, well." And he leans forward and says, "Just pretend we're old friends meeting together."
Terrell, good to see you. Yeah, remember, I'm sorry when I dated your sister. It was, did not intend it to go
Oh,
that
don't.
way.
Why are you going there?
He almost spits out his drinks and says, "Actually, my sister's already dating someone. He's in Starfleet too, though."
Oh, okay.
You guys don't know a Ben, do you?
Oh, of course we know Ben.
He's a Starfleet captain. I
Close.
promised him he'd come see a baseball game over here, but we haven't gotten him over here yet.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a captain of his own deck, I hear, at least. But I haven't read up too much on the captain's list.
Do you think that Ben is telling people he's a captain, Hegg?
I totally think Ben would tell people he's a captain. But
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, my sister, she used to be a freighter captain, but she's been working the Bajoran sector for the past 2 years.
I hear that's a snooze.
Yeah, what kind of drink would you order at a Bajorian station, Thovin? I'm curious.
Oh, definitely not a Cardassian sunrise. That would be awkward, right? Am I right?
So, do you guys watch any baseball? It seems to be the local hit around here.
You mean Star Baseball? That was a joke. Guys.
I don't know if you can tell, but we're blue, so no, we don't really understand how baseball works.
Yeah, we not in the slightest.
Okay. Well, and he leans forward again. We should probably go out the back way. I'll just get up, and if you guys follow me, I'll be able to let you know what the rendezvous point is, but you never know who's around the bar. So he takes one last
Nod.
long drink, and then gets up and kind of walks into the back and disappears.
So we
Yep.
get up and follow.
Yeah, after a couple of moments, we follow him.
Sure, so you sort of walk past...
Not suspicious at all.
You walk past the restrooms of various and sundry species and genders. I think it's about 20 of them. And so...
It's a long hallway, okay?
Yeah. And so there's a door at the end marked way out.
We go through the door.
Okay.
Open the door.
You open the door, and Terrell's out there waiting for you. And he says, "All right, well, I'm glad you two are here, but there's probably something you should know about me first.
And that is?
I'm not human either." And he slowly kind of melts into a sort of a brown, liquid, yellow form and looks to be a changeling. And
Damn.
he grabs the two of you by his sort of tendrils, knocks you against the wall, and you two are knocked out.
Dang it, Thovin. I told you we should have been guard.
Hey, at least we had a good drink before this happened, you know.
You said that was going to be a terrible drink and not representative of your species.
So, I think that's a good point to stop today.
Yeah.
It's always the changelings.
It is always the changelings.
Now I'm going to see changelings behind every rock. And, I'm going to make Thovin take a blood test every time I see him.
Well, that has been part 1 of today's CA3 RPG. So next week we will be concluding, hopefully, the adventures of Hegg and Thovin. So, Darren?
Not concluding in death, though. I mean, concluding as in a chapter form.
Sure. So, Darren, if folks want to find out what the proper drink to order during wartime is, where can they find you?
It's definitely not a Cardassian sunrise.
Oh,
That's for
come
sure.
on, guys!
They could find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram under username Dr. Sci-Fi or my website, drsci-fi.com.
And Daniel, if you want people to write you letters of character references for a promotion, where can they reach you?
They can find me on Twitter and all over the internet at OneUpDan. That's the number one, not the word.
And if folks want to let me know which one of these folks should die next week, they can find me at NC Public Servant. Well, until the next exciting conclusion, dun 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 dun. I'm Philip Gelfus,
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Daniel Prue.
stranded here in suspense on SETI Alpha 3.